So Ball Guy Show starts right now. Hope you enjoy the show.
Before I bring Sharyn Maceren on, this episode is brought to you by Tito Puente Jr. Hot Sauce. Let me tell you something. Any of his hot sauce goes with anything. Soups, rices, chili. Oh my God, I put this on my chili, and man, if you haven't tried his hot sauce, you're missing out. And if you don't know who Tito Puente Jr. is, I don't know where you've been. He was actually on season 1 of the Ball Guy Show. And again, great hot sauce. Sharyn, thank you so much for joining me and for spending some time with me. And let's get to know you.
A pleasure to be here with you, JC.
Well, tell me about your background. I know you're Filipina.
Because of your Filipino time, right? Not mine. I was American today.
So, okay, but where exactly were you born in the Philippines, or where exactly where were you raised?
Yes, I was born in San Francisco.
Okay.
My dad actually was born in California as well, but he moved to the Philippines early. So in his heart, he called himself born and raised in the Philippines, but he but he was born in the Bay too. So I was like the first Bay, really, me and my brother were the first Bay kids. And then both of my parents are from an island in the Philippines, and the Philippines has a cajillion islands, and they're from the island of Bohol, which is in an area called the Visayas. So our roots are from the Philippines and from that island.
Nice.
Thank you.
And how did you get started in music?
So my earliest memories of music was that it was a land before time. And at the time, people didn't even have karaoke machines. And I think my parents' friend, it might have been like, selling Mary Kay, selling karaoke machines. And they invested in one. And their machine came with bajillions and millions of songs. And so I have a book, and I'm reading through all the songs. I mean, think of all the hot songs of today, like a Bruno Mars and Justin Bieber. It's like I'm learning all of these songs. And that was the blueprint, and that was the origin of my education in music, learning every single million song that was in this machine.
Who have been your biggest influences?
My biggest influences. My two biggest influences happen to be, when it came to songwriting, it was Debbie Gibson, because she was a young teenager who still holds the record to this day as the youngest female artist. I don't know if it was like of all genders, but at least with females, the youngest artist to write, perform, and produce a #1 Billboard charting hit single.
Which I'm assuming is, my God, what's the name of the song?
You want me to tell you?
Yeah, please.
I think it was Foolish Beat, which is a ballad.
Foolish Beat, really? I thought it was the other one, the one that's a little bit more upbeat. Foolish Beat, really?
It's crazy because some of our favorite freestyle artists, their biggest songs happen to be ballads. So, but the point being that when I saw a young person writing their own music, creating their own music, and kind of being the creative director of their music, she was the person that let me know you can do this while you are young. And so that was my goal because of her. And then my second biggest influence after that was Mariah Carey, because she was popular on the pop charts, and I really resonated with her way of singing and her musicality with like soulful singing. So that was my second biggest influence.
And she started being a backup to Brenda K-Star.
Right, absolutely. And I'm a fan of Brenda K-Star as well. Love Brenda K-Star.
Well, you started really young, like you said, which inspired you. You started with Hard to Get, which top 40 hit, which is amazing.
Dance, yes, thank you.
As a teenager, in the what 96, 97,
I think Hard to Get might have come around 96.
96.
Mhm.
How did it feel to, man, being a young, so young, and being in the top 40 right off the bat?
It it's a very strange story because my introduction into the music industry, you know, when you hear all of the crazy stories in music, it's like, oh, I have one too. Like, what? I'm one of the people that has a crazy story as well. So my crazy story is, I'll try to make long story short because I love telling long stories.
And I love hearing long stories.
You do?
So
Okay, okay.
and
So
listen,
I can chill, I can relax a little bit.
for those of you who don't like long stories, I'm sorry. So go ahead,
So
please.
So I had a funny scenario. I worked with a young up and coming DJ, producer, and record label owner who was also from the East Bay of the San Francisco Bay Area, like I was. He was from Pittsburgh, and I was from Antioch, California. And so we were both young. And after the year was over of us working together, he said he wanted to release Hard to Get. And I was like, okay, Um, after he released it, he did such a great job of, getting it on vinyl, getting it to radio stations, getting it distributed as far as he did, that, I'm going to school and my friends heard me on the radio. And I never told my friends when I was going to school that I was doing music on the side. So I'm like, you heard me on the radio? It's like, I knew he was going to do something with the song. I didn't know what was going to happen to it. I honestly had no clue. And so the next thing you know, I find out it's on Billboard. It took me years later to like really look on the charts to see that I was on the charts with Janet Jackson, Mariah Carey, Missy Elliott, all these people, Usher. And so it's like a part of me got to experience this success with the song, being on the radio, like on the biggest radio station in San Francisco. And, all my friends knowing the song and things like that. But the truth was that I wasn't there to promote the song because I wasn't with the label when Hard to Get actually came out. So that's my long story condensed. as much as I could.
And why weren't you with the label? Did you not sign with it? Did you not sign? What happened?
It was
if you could share.
Yeah, it was just the simplest of, I felt like I was gonna go somewhere else. My mind was just like, I feel that I was gonna go on to another step, another direction. And so that was the decision that I made at that age.
Okay, and I also recently read, I think it may have been from a post or I read somewhere that somebody else was singing this song and performing your song under the S Factor.
So I think that it was kind of like, think about CNC Music Factory, Technotronic, just like a lot of bands when
yeah.
I left I created a podcast episode about it. So I don't know when, but I thought, oh, I should make a podcast. And a couple years ago I started it, but I at the time only released one story. And that's my origin story, which kind of gives people a little background on what you're asking about. And so part of it is explaining like why that might have happened. And then there's also another song that I wrote called They Put Me on the Mix, which is a B-side to my second single called 1 and 1, which kind of detailed how I felt about hearing that there was like another artist performing under the S Factor name and having to deal with that all the way till today when someone says, oh, we saw you perform. And I'm going like, no, you didn't. But I love you. I'm glad you love the music. And this whole year, I feel, is to reintroduce the world to who I am so that I can meet all of the fans, so that I can meet all of you, because that is one of my biggest dreams, is to kind of go full circle. I've been doing music for so long under Sharyn Maceren, but there's still so many people that have yet to meet me and yet to experience my live show and yet to experience my personality through things like your podcast. So this is such an honor for me. It's such a pleasure. And that's part of the next chapters, to go through all of this together.
Well, the honor is mine, and the honor is for those who are going to be watching this episode. And now, last question on that.
Sure.
Imposter. And then we'll drop it. Did they do it justice? Did they do you justice? Did they do the song justice that you know of, or you never heard them?
I was blessed because for me, I can't speak for the fans. I'm sure for the fans, you know, obviously it's best when they see the true artist. But for me, I was in school, so I was oblivious to everything that happened when it came to Hard to Get. Everything that I've received in terms of fans saying, oh my gosh, I loved your song. Oh my gosh, this and this and that. I get to hear it in hindsight. I get to hear it now. And so that's why this year is so important. I feel like God has brought me full circle, and he's allowed me to say, Sharyn, reintroduce the world to yourself right now. Let everybody know who you are. Let everybody know all the hundreds of songs you've made since Hard to Get. And when you release this new album, let them see either what they've been missing or what they need to have. All right. So I can't speak for the fans, because I'm sure that, of course, the fans are going to want to see the original artist. But for me, it just so happened that I was really oblivious to what was happening with the success of the song, because I was in school. I was young. I had no idea like what was happening on how they were pushing the song. But what I'm really thankful for is I feel that God kind of put things and made it go full circle. Amen. To where right now he is literally telling me, Sharyn, I want you to remind everybody who you are. You are the girl that, you know, created, wrote, co-produced, put keyboards on Hard to Get in the intro, and who has been making music ever since, all the way through today. And he wants me to show people to get ready for what we're aiming to bring in 2026 and God willing beyond, to show them who I was, who I am, and what we're ready to bring people right now.
I love that you just mentioned God.
Thank you.
And how is God in your life?
Ooh-wee. God is literally everything. When my friends, you know, have like come to me for advice, or like, Sharyn, like, what's this? I cannot help but reveal that God is the answer to everything. So it's like, you know, I didn't come into this world by accident. You didn't come into this world by accident. All the beautiful things that we see, all the amazing music that we hear, the rainbows, the love, you know, all the goodness is from God. And when I experienced a lot of darkness in my life was a time when I didn't know God. And it was, you can hear my evolution through my albums. I have 5 full-length albums up till right now. And you can hear what I was singing about. You could hear what I was thinking about. You could hear like personal vibrations of my energy. And the closer that we get to now, God has transformed me 1,000,000%. That what I can give to the fans is infinite, because that's what God has done for me.
Amen. 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 I'm super happy that God is important to you.
Thank you.
And I love the song "God Only Knows."
Thank you.
Great song. Great song there. Again, you hear your voice, and the sound of your voice is amazing.
Thank
in your
you.
music. Again, you have one of the best voices in the industry, in my opinion.
Thank you so much.
You recorded "Hard to Get" in '96. but your first full-length album was years later. Why? Why such a long period?
Well, after Hard to Get, I had to figure out what my next step was because I wasn't with that label anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And so it just so happened that a few friends of mine decided, hey, why don't we start our own record label? And so I was one of the few young kids who started their own record label. And I released my next single, 1 in 1, independently, and had to learn how to run a record label, how to get it to the stores, how to get it on radio, how to perform, all these things that I was never taught, because when I left for Hard to Get, I only did the recording process. So I literally went from a girl who knows how to sing, a girl who records, now having to learn, all right, I'm a new independent record label owner. And so we had some moderate success again with 1 in 1 because the DJs, you know, on some of the biggest radio stations already played Hard to Get. DJ Jose Melendez, I just wished him a happy birthday today. Today is his birthday. He was one of the DJs that supported 1 in 1. I have the playlist where it's like, you know, he's playing Armand Van Helden, and like I'm like right next there, you know, like all the biggest artists, and then Sharyn Maceren, right? And so I was a young girl trying to make my way, trying to find a way into the business. And one of my biggest dreams at that point was to work with Glenn Gutierrez, because Glenn Gutierrez is a gold record producer who wrote songs and produced for artists like Stevie B, Jaya, Jocelyn Enriquez, MG. And I loved his songs. And I'm, you know, being a songwriter myself, I was like, I want to work with him. Just so happens when I did a interview like this, there was a chat board. And while I was doing the interview, I'm chatting with fans and, you know, people who are on the board. And Glenn Gutierrez was on there. He wants to work with me. He signs me. But it was a couple years after Hard to Get. So that was the only, you know, by the time I started with 1 in 1, it was about a year or two later when the album came out. So in reality, it was really quick to get like a dream scenario for myself.
That's amazing. And now the name, the S Factor, where did that come from?
Yes. So I left and I had no idea that my name wasn't going to be on the record. So the S Factor, I believe, was a name chosen for the project because I was no longer there. How do we promote this record? They'll say, where's Sharyn Maceren? Oh, she's not here. Like I see that for him as a business, it wasn't going to work out for him. So I believe he probably thought his name starts with S. My name starts with an S. This is the S Factor. And that was the name.
Okay. And now, and at this point, when you get your first record, you start your own record label. How old were you at this point?
I am forever 17. So, you know, like, you can't talk about that because I'm only 17.
That's just my wife. My wife turns 21 forever. She will, and babe, you do not look at one. I love you.
Listen.
You know. So yeah. So you were you around 17? Say.
I was closer to 17 than anything. Yes. Yeah.
Okay. We'll leave it at that.
Yes.
You've shared the stage with a lot of people. Who has been some of your most memorable names that you remember?
Oh man, everyone that I'm naming, they're all, you know, they're all legends. They're all stars. Stevie B, Johnny O,
Wow.
Cynthia, Shannon, Cover Girls, Jocelyn Enriquez, just you name it. I was blessed to perform with a bunch of the greats already.
Wow. What have been some of your most memorable tours that you've done?
Woo, let's see. I think one of my favorite show that I did was there was a show where I opened up for Jocelyn Enriquez and the Cover Girls.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and that was like in the Bay in San Francisco. So it's like my hometown. It's where I'm from. And those two artists, you know, they represented some of the best of 80s music and some of the best of 90s music. And to be able to continue to bringing new music with the songs that I'm bringing till today. So songs like Tears I Cry, I was able to perform there. New music of today of freestyle, to have all these generations of music for the freestyle fans, I thought that was an epic show.
That's amazing. And
Thank you.
so, what's been some of your favorite places to perform at? Do you perform? Have you performed in the Philippines yet?
I haven't performed much in the Philippines yet, but I think my favorite place that I've been able to perform was in Miami, because I love the beach. I love beautiful locations. I love palm trees. I love the vibe. So to be able to perform in Miami again is another dream. Like, more shows in Miami. Yeah.
I'm originally from Miami. My family's originally
Nice.
from Miami, born and raised.
Cool.
We've been in Texas for
Cool.
4 years.
Okay.
My oldest is still in Florida, and she did not come to
Aw.
Texas. She loves the beach.
Yes,
My
yes.
daughter Daniela, she just got married 3 months ago. 29
Oh,
years old.
congratulations.
Thank you. She stayed in Florida. She loves the beach. She
Yeah.
loves Miami or
You're
South
not into the
Florida.
beach. You're not into the beach.
Yeah. So
Because you're from there, so it's like nothing to you. That's what it
yeah,
is. I think
yeah.
that's it.
But I love Texas. I came to Texas. I love Texas.
Yes, I love Texas too. Like, Texas is one of my other big performance spots. So, you know, getting to perform in Dallas, San Antonio, things like that. Yeah, I love Texas for that.
What can we expect as far as new music from you? I know you're working on it. I know it's coming. I know. You said it's about. I know you said it's about to come out. You said February, right?
Yes.
What can we expect?
JC, what can I tell you? How much can I share? How many secrets can I tell tonight?
It's up to you. I mean, I can't tell you millions of people are going to be watching. So
they're the ones that matter, though. You see, the fans are what matter. You know, we have one amazing fan, and that's what matters. So, let's see. When we talked about God earlier, God literally inspired me. And when I use the word inspire, think about the most alive you could ever feel. Think about what it felt like when you met your wife and you were like, I love you. It's like that feeling of fire. I am so on fire for what God has put inside of my heart for this year. No matter what happens, right? Because tomorrow's not guaranteed. That's something, you know, I understand that God tells us tomorrow's not guaranteed. But for now, the vision, the energy that he's put inside of me to release to the world, the inspiration is astronomical, that I cannot wait to drop every single song that he's helped me write in the past like weeks or months that I've been writing these new songs. And it's because these songs are a reflection of freestyle music in general. So what I mean by that is there's people out in the world, there's people that live, breathe, and do everything for freestyle, but then there's some people that it's still foreign to them, right? This love for that genre is a huge part of why I'm making this album. That's number one. The fans that show up and show out for every legend, artist, newcomer, all those fans that love it and breathe it, those fans are reflected in this music because I see them. I see how crazy they go, you know, at the shows, on TikTok, you know, talking about when are the artists going to do this? We want this. And they're just so passionate about it. I was almost as if it was politics, you know, they love it so much. I see it. I hear it. I breathe it. I feel it. And so all of that. And then you multiply that one more time by the fans that have personally supported me my entire career. seeing fans who like would just drop like I have this buy me a coffee page, and they would just drop like tons of coffee, like, here Sharyn, thank you for making freestyle still when like some people stop. You never stopped. They would tell me, thank you so much for keeping new freestyle alive so that more people can hear freestyle, right? Because we love freestyle from the beginning through now, and we hope it continues forever. So all of these loves for the genre, for the legends, for the artists, for the newcomers, for the fans, all of that is encapsulated in the inspiration God gave me. And that is what's going to be expressed in through the music, and the fans will be able to decide what that inspiration means, how real it is, what it feels like. That's what I'm just telling you what it is.
And I love what I saw one of your posts that your plan is 2026 is to bring the S factor, that the early stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and combine it with your new stuff, and bring it, like you
Yes.
said, to full circle. And it's
Yes.
amazing to me how freestyle, as much as people have tried to get rid of it, it just won't go away. It would just will
Yes.
not go away.
But okay.
Disco has died. Disco has died. Hip hop has changed. Hip hop, to me, hip hop is not what it used to be. What I grew up with Run DMC, Beastie Boys, the Fat Boys. It's not. It's gotten, to me. It's gotten worse. Freestyle has stayed steady and had declined a little bit, but it is back and stronger than ever.
Back to what you're saying, I hear you, and now I know what you're saying. Okay, now I know what you're asking. Remember, I take the long route. Okay, here's the answer to what you're saying. Yes, the love that the fans have for very classic, very genuine, very heartfelt vibes of classic freestyle, I am going to melt that in this new energy that I'm bringing with these new songs. So it's not going to be like, oh, this is freestyle, but this is a new freestyle, and it's like absolutely, 5 million% in a new direction. No, we're taking the love of the beauty, of the feeling, of the essence, of the vibes that were originated when we loved freestyle, bringing it into today, but being dang sure that I put my imprint on it, my originality, new melodies, new lyrics, new stories, new inspiration, so that fans will know freestyle can be expressed right here, right now, in the way that they love, but right here, for the people.
And I love that. I love that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You don't have to forget the old songs, but here's
No.
some new stuff that can be part of your, part of your
Yes,
playlist, along with the old stuff. It's fresh, it's new, but
it's
it's the
fresh.
same.
It's fresh, it's new, and it's also infused with the essence of what we
Yes.
love also, right? Because the fans, they love the classic music. The fans, they cannot get enough of it, and there's a reason for it.
Yeah.
So we want to incorporate the love that we've always had for the music that's been there.
What are you most proud of in your career thus far?
Oh, what am I most proud of in my career thus far? Honestly, I feel that since God has kind of made my career very slow and steady, it's strange because in some ways, if someone were to see me having any success in my youth, like, oh, Sharyn was in school and she has a song on the radio, right? That's a very instant success because that's what I wanted, right? I want to be young. I want to have a record out. But in some ways, I still had to plot along and grow and strive and have challenges and have obstacles and try to get to where I am today. So in some ways, it was fast. And in some ways, it's this slow, steady rise to being like right here, right now, right? And I feel that what that did for me was it was able to let me be the regular person that I am at heart and not have this crazy whirlwind like, whoa, 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 you know, and then look at how sometimes the world goes. The world goes up and goes down and goes up and goes down, right? So sometimes the people that have it up here, then the low feels so strange of a drop. It's almost like drop zone, woo, you know what I mean? Whereas mine, it was a nice little success, but it's been very, very steady. So now that we're getting to this point, I've been able to just be a normal, everyday girl. I'm one of those artists that people see and they root for me because in some ways I am an underdog. In some ways, I'm the girl next door. In some ways, I'm the girl still living out my dreams, still chasing after, you know, trying to do whatever it is that God wants for me. I'm still striving. There were times, yes, I might want to retire. There were times I'm like, is there space for me? Is there still something out there? But God just kept me moving along every single time, no matter if I was here. People get to see me. And I think, to answer your question, by God giving me a very humble type of success, I got to just have the heart that I have. And I feel that's why fans connect with me. And that's why I'm able to make music for the fans. That's why my vibe for the new music is I want to make music for the people, because I am that, and I'm with you guys, and I'm making this to inspire you all just as much as for me myself.
That's awesome. And now, what amazes to me about freestyle artists is the support y'all give one another.
Oh, thank you.
Very, very minimal drama. Very minimal drama.
Yes.
What is it about freestyle artists? And I've asked this before to my other guests. I've asked NV. I've asked Alex Latin Nation, Edie. I've asked each of them the same question. What is it about your freestyle artists that you guys support the community? And it's not like just it's just a small community. No, we got hundreds of artists.
Yes.
It's about y'all that the community is so tight and so supportive of one another.
That's a great question. I feel that it's a combination. It must be that the source of the music in and of itself is positive, love-based music. So you are going to attract what you put out, right? If the music was going to be like very angry and dark and bitter, you know, that would attract people that are having those types of feelings. So by nature, our music are love songs. By nature, our music are mostly positive songs, but even if they are, say, a sad song, you know, Silent Morning, Tears I Cry, you know, like sad songs, they're actually sad songs that just allow people to feel, to be honest with their feelings. And then again, that's attracting people that can be honest with their feelings. And so the people that are singing the songs have that vibration. The people that are writing those songs have those types of emotions and personalities. And so by nature, the consequences, we are attracting amazing, beautiful fans who have love in their hearts and who are open. And that openness is what allows us to say, hey, guess what? I see the beauty in you, and not be threatened by it. We're able to say, my friends tease me and say, I like to use Sharyn-splain or Sharyn-splanations. But I do this thing where I always have to kind of use like a metaphor, and it's like, say there's 10 beautiful flowers, right? There's a jasmine, there's hibiscus, there's roses, there's lilies. Each one of them are beautiful in their own way. They look in the mirror. The rose looks at itself. It says, I see myself every day. I'm beautiful. But look at all these 10 other flowers. They're beautiful too, right? It might be hard for the rose to notice how beautiful it is because it looks in the mirror every day and it sees itself. But when you just don't compete and you're able to say, God made all of us beautiful, God made all of us amazing, why don't we be thankful for that? Because without that beauty, guess what? We'd have a world of ugliness, right? It would be the opposite. So we should be thankful for beauty instead of threatened by it or anything like that. That's how I've always been in my life. I love the beauty that God puts into this world, and I see it in everybody. I see it in the artists. I see it in the fans. You know.
Amen. Yeah. When you write a song, what usually inspires you what inspires you to write a song? What, like, for example, Hard to Get or Tears I Cry? What was behind the song?
Yes. 90 to 95% of the time, they are personal songs. With Hard to Get, being so young, and also I was raised by a dad who was a little bit like aloof and not so emotionally like, I love you, daughter. You know, my dad loved me, but he's like, I love you, daughter. And then we'll like watch football and stuff. So the kind of guys that I liked were not the guys that are like all goo goo gaga over me when I was a young age. I wasn't prepared for that type of attention. So that song represented a girl who's very young and just like, I just want to like a crush. I just want to like the celebrity on TV. I don't want to have a boyfriend right now. That really was where that song came from. And what I like about that song is the kind of sense of humor that I think I put in there a little bit that not a lot of people will put into a song. Like the intro's like, my friends think I can have anyone I want, but it's not true. I thought just the same until I met you. I thought that was like a little funny play on words and a way to tell that story.
That's cool. That's cool.
Thank you.
When are you planning to start touring in 2026, and where?
Yeah.
Or you haven't set the dates yet, and where to?
Yeah. So we're adding dates right now. I was blessed that I'm connected now to Latif Mercado.
I saw that.
Who is one of Freestyle's greatest men in the industry, in the music business.
And Lil Susie, Raquel.
Yep, he is so connected. And yes, he has an exclusive roster to some of the biggest freestyle legends. And so, you know, he connected with me, he's supporting me, and having him on board just makes the whole touring and booking process like chef's kiss, because you want to have people on your team that you trust. In the music industry, trust is everything, period, point blank. And so having him on board and being able to start getting shows because I'm having someone that I can trust to help me handle that, it's just everything. So we are adding dates as we speak, and it would just be a dream come true that the fans, we're trying to find where the fans are, where they want the most, where they want to have S Factor and Sharyn Maceren the most. And so I can't wait to see which cities we're going to be hitting this year.
DFW, Dallas for sure.
Yes.
At least you get one vote for Dallas for sure.
Yes, we need the fans. We really need the fans this year to spread the word, tell their favorite, you know, event promoters. We want Sharyn, because the more people that let the event promoters know what they want, the event promoters will say, hey, you know, things like that. So it's all with the people.
Yeah. What last parting words do you have before we wrap up?
The parting words before we wrap up.
Or anything inspirational that you would like to share with? You started very young, you know, and you were inspired by another young artist. What upcoming young artist that might be thinking, I want to do this, I want to sing, but I'm afraid, what inspiration can you give them that might be watching this right now?
I really hope that the music does all the speaking for me. I really do, because God put those songs in my heart. And I hope that the beauty of these upcoming 35 songs that have hit me, mind, heart, body, and soul, I hope it hits every single person that listens to it and they go, oh, shoot, like, wow, I'm just as inspired as you are. I want to do whatever it is, either live my life louder, live my life prouder, be happy, or do something I never thought I could do. I want my music to be able to inspire and encourage everybody to live life happy, proud, and blessed.
Well said. Folks, thank you, Sharyn. Folks,
Thank you.
make sure you hit that like button and share this episode. Make sure you share Sharyn's YouTube page, her link. All that's going to be in the description below of
my
this
website,
episode.
www.sharyn.net, SHARYN.net, and also my store where they can get merch, CDs. We might be adding vinyl for like hard to get, and also maybe future records, and that's at Sharynland, my castle store at SHARYNLAND.com. Sharynland.
And that will be on the description of this episode for sure. We're going to be sharing all your links for sure. Sharyn, thank you so much for
thank you, JC.
being with me.
Thank you,
Guys,
JC.
God bless you guys.
Thank you.